to go and play it myself. So I'm very excited for that.
皆さんおはようございます。司会進行は引き続きオバが担当させていただきます。よろしくお願いします。次のゲームですね、ボーナスゲームとなっておりまして、ビットが達成していたらやると思うんですが、達成していますね。まだしてないのか。ギリしてない。ギリしてないけど、まあ時間の問題でしょう。
Final Fantasy run, and Humphrey said, "Shout out to the GDQ studio with the screaming dinosaur inside. Give me Final Fantasy VII." We made it. We're doing wonderfully right now. We're at $632,000. We unlocked the third bonus game.
次のゲームはですね、ボーナスゲーム次、ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードのインターミッションノーマル 80% となっております。これ何かって言いますと、ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクっていうのはプレステ4にあって、プレステ5で、ロードが快適になったりとか、いろいろ。
Welcome back, AGDQ 2022 online. My name is Jay Hobbs. I may be slightly blurry right now. I don't know what's going on with that. But I am joined by Cave Cubed, Cave was taken. Let's go Cave Johnson. Whatever we want to call him today. Who is going to be running Returnal just a little bit later tonight. How you doing?
わけですが、追加された、ダウンロードコンテンツの、インターミッションっていうのが、いわゆるユフィ編って呼ばれる、ユフィが主人公の、外伝みたいな感じですね。そうですね、僕はプレステ4までプレステ4しか持ってないので、ですね、そうなんですよね。全くわからないですよね。全くっていうか、まあ、プレステ5を買わなきゃこのシナリオを見られないので、そうなんですよ。僕はね、わからないんですよ。そうです。解説者の方はいらっしゃらないです。一応まあ僕も前のクエスティングフォールローリーってインターグレード、まあほとんど内容は変わらないので、ハードのニューゲームプラスっていうのをね、解説してたので、ちょっとまあ、立ち回りとか、そういうなんか知識とかはあるんですけどもね。まあ、ユフィ編はそうですね。ファイナルファンタジー7の無印やってる方はもちろん。この作品だとあれですね、プレステ2で出たダージョブ・ケルベロスをやってた人もちょっとニヤリとするかなっていう。
Take us kind of on a journey of what that run is like for you.
で、まあ、ユフィってどんな子なのかっていうと、ファイナルファンタジー7に出てきた、隠しキャラの一人で、クラウドのね、マテリアを盗んだりする、ちょっとなんか、盗み癖のある忍者っていう感じの子ですね。
That part of the RNG isn't there, but what is the room randomization.
で、さらにまあ追加されて、ソノンっていう、なんかなんていうんですかね、武闘魂っていうのが棒を使うことのできるキャラクターが新たに増えて、そうですね、ユフィって言ったらシュシュシュってシャドウボクシングのポーズとかね、ありますね。
So we've bumped that up from 50 to 85. And in
そうです
certain
ね。
bombs,
無
it's really
印だ
helpful
と、
because
まあ、
it's
ユ
easy
フィに
walk
出会う
through
条
a
件
door
っていう
into
の
the
は、
next room.
森の中でエンカウ
You
ン
can
ト
have
し
immediately
て、
figure out where you need to
一
go,
回
which
倒し
definitely
て、
helps a little bit, you know? So you're not going to completely wrong
で、
direction
なん
at
か
first.
会話をなんか正解の選択肢を選んで、
you're going to have to start to recognize
ようや
rooms
く仲間
just
に
by
で
like
き
their
る
mini-map layout and have to process what that
感
means
じの子な
when
んで
you
すけど。
enter it. So for you in a fresh file run, you know, often those are some of the harder runs
今
in
作、
roguelite
ダウンロード
speedruns.
コンテンツの1エ
What
ピソー
is
ド
kind
な
of
の
the
で、
hardest moment for you
長さ
in
と
this
して
run?
は、まあ、チャプ
So
タ
we
ー
really
は
just run through
2
most of the
つ
enemies.
し
We
か
don't
なく
bother
っ
killing
て、
anything because there's no purpose or gain in it for
短
us.
めになっています
So
ね。
some of the boss fights are can be a little brutal. We got to play safe.
初見でそうですね、仲間にするときに会話する前に隅っこにセーブポイントがあって、セーブ入ると、あれセーブできねえぞって思って、メニュー閉じたら、逃げられててギル盗まれてたっていうね。仕掛けとかあったりしましたね。
Now, you also have an incentive for this run to do a New Game Plus run afterwards. What's different about that one? Why should people be donating for that incentive?
So, fresh file, the average
どうだろうな。一応、そうなんですよね。本編の知識はあるけど、それがこのユフィ編でもちゃんと使えるのかどうかがわからないので、やっぱりそういうのがわかる解説者さんがいると助かりますね。
I know some people get incensed about that, but we only go through, 2 of the areas. We only fight one boss. And we get access to weapon traits, which we don't do in fresh file.
Right.
And it's really just a neat showcase of how insane some of these weapon traits can get and the kind of damage they can do.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to that one. Everybody, please remember when you get your donations in at gamesdonecquick.com/donate. Pick an incentive to put that money towards. Otherwise, you're just throwing it out there. You're still giving it to PCF. We still very much appreciate it. But I think that you should totally put in for this extra run from Returnal because I think that's super cool. And we don't have a ton of time here left, but I am curious. You again, you said you've been an avid speedrun watcher for a long time, watching GDQs forever. What is a run you're looking forward to later in the schedule?
状態になっているんですけども、このインターミッションっていうのは、そのウータイから、ちょっとミッドガルの様子を見てきてくれよっていう感じで、ユフィを発見して、で、ユフィがミッドガルの中を探索するっていう感じですね。
Just a good time. I mean, that's in a way that's kind of Returnal's just alien zombies, it's
このゲームね、さっきのラチェットクランクもそうでしたけど、プレステ5が必要なんですよね。まずプレステ5を手に入れないとこのゲームできないんですよ。プレステ4のやつを持ってて、持ってると確かアップグレードをするための
Final Fantasy VII Remake
やつがあって、安価で確か買えたりはするんですよね。あ、そっか、PC 版もあるんだよね、そういえば。PC 版エピックかなんかで、確かその辺全部買えるやつが出てましたね。なんで、どっちか、プレステ5か、PC 版のやつを買うかどっちかですね。あ、エピック版ないんだ。
Returnal has the incentive for a bonus New Game Plus run that you can start donating towards. Currently, we're at $8,969.45 of the $25,000 we need. We can absolutely make it in that time. We are smashing records this GDQ, and I believe in you all because you're all cute, and you're all wonderful, and you're all so generous. So let's make sure we do that. Alrighty, and with that, that's everything for me today, gamers. So thank you all for being here. Be sure to pass along those things to the many amazing volunteers that make these events happen. From the chat mods to the donation teams, to the tech team, and so many more I could hold up the stream with for so long if I named them all.
PC 版12月16日に16日に発売してますね。
After that, you'll be hearing from the one and only Crank Machine.
It's easier for that to be. Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 Online. Now, be very careful because starting this prize segment, several prizes will be shown in order. Please make sure that you have enough time to view all of the prizes adequately.
Exactly. Good to see you again. I am, of course, your host, Floor Tank,
and I am so tired of reviving him.
Yes, this is
これはビッツを送った方の中から検証があって当たったらこれもらえるよっていうやつの紹介ですね。ただ日本では日本には送られないものと思っていただければっていう感じです。
are from now until the end of Kuon, a little bit later tomorrow morning. So you got a little bit of time to get those donations in, but again, make sure to get them in if you haven't already gotten a $50 minimum donation in. Singular donation, do so because we have two amazing $50 day prizes to talk about.
Let's start with some of the other stuff that we've got.
Sure, why don't you kick it off, Shout?
Sure. Variety of things available for you. We're going to start off here for a $5 minimum donation.
Oh, what's he going for?
I'm going for this one. From Wolf Shadow, we have... Oh, God, I should know which way up this is. And if I get it wrong, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Shout, you can read
Shinra company patch. I can generally identify which way is up with kanji. I'm like 95% sure that I've got this correct, okay?
I think we have OmniGamer out there in the audience silently judging us.
$5 minimum donation gets you to win this. Thank you so much, Wolf Shadow.
Thank you so much, Wolf Shadow, for that amazing iron-on patch. For good friend Monster Prop, we have this absolutely lovely Super Mario World-themed Yoshi coin. You can see it's got Princess Peach on one side. It's got everyone's favorite dinosaur on the other. Also, only a $5 minimum donation. Thanks so much for keeping us Remember, you gotta get those donations in before the end of Kuon.
Absolutely. For a $10 minimum donation sent to us by
Aja Story.
Aja Story, thank you.
We have a lovely set of Final Fantasy VII keychains. You've got all of the important characters. Shout. You have, of course, you got Sephiroth, you got Yuffie, you got Barrett, you got Tifa, you got Cloud, and you got Translation Fight. My favorite character. I'm kidding, of course. You've got Eris, and that's what side of the argument I'm putting my foot on. Regardless, amazing set of keychains. $10 minimum donation.
Indeed. Now, we have a couple of prizes available at the moment from our friends over at Pearl Pop. First off, for a $10 minimum donation, you can get entered to win this absolutely adorable Yoshi roller.
I told you, Shout. It's everyone's favorite dinosaur. Come on.
No, it absolutely is. And the work on this is incredible. The melt is just fantastic. I love all of the things that Pearl Pop has sent to us this time. They're just all gorgeous.
They are perlers of the absolute highest quality.
But you know what's better than one perler?
Oh, well.
How about 3 perlers in a single prize?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll let you talk about these.
Sure, yeah. We've got all 3 protagonists here from Secret of Mana. Of course, the boy, the girl, and the sprite all together. They are a set of perlers. They are a singular prize. It's a it's a $20 minimum donation for all 3. And again, all 3 of them just perlers of the highest quality, of the highest melt. These are pretty much exactly what the sprites look like, down to the weapons in game.
It's amazing.
Such great detail. Thank you so much, Pearl Pop, for sending these out to us.
Indeed.
Now, we've got a couple of lovely plushies to talk about here. Shout, and I think we both got one we want to talk about. So, here, cradled in my arms, we have an absolutely lovely Mew plush sent to us by Blanco Crafts. It's a $15 minimum donation. Blanco Crafts has actually even gone above and beyond, and they've put an extra little nurse hat on top of the Mew.
It's so cute.
That is exclusive to GDQ. You can't get this Mew Plus with that nurse hat otherwise. And you know what I really love about this plush? This tail.
It goes forever.
This is like actual Mew tail length. I think a lot of depictions of Mew really undersell how long this tail is supposed to be. It's like twice the length of the Pokemon, and that's adorable because, can kind of like wrap it around itself. Super cute. $15 minimum donation. Thank you so much to Blanco Crafts for sending that out to us.
Indeed. And then from Pincushion Cat Plushies.
Oh, Shout's been waiting all day to tell you all about this.
For a $25 minimum donation, I don't want to give it away, but it's a prize. I got to. We have this Jumbo Chocobo plush. I love this guy. This is my boy. He is a hefty boy. Hefty is not a word that you normally use with plushes, but this thing has inertia. I'm pretty sure it's a young draft chocobo. When it grows up, you are going to need to add a new room to your house for it. But for the moment, it could be in your house. $25 minimum donation gets you in to win this one, and I will be reluctantly saying goodbye when it goes to that new home.
Absolutely beautiful plush. Thank you so much to Pincushion Cat Plushies. Again, when I saw the submission of, hey, it's a Jumbo Chocobo plush, I thought, okay, I'm sure it's maybe a little bit. That thing genuinely, when you pick it up and you hug it, you're just like, it's big.
It's big.
It's big. Now, from Miss Scarlet Tangier, we have this absolutely incredible oil on canvas painting here of flowers in the church. This is, of course, Cloud's Buster Sword in the church in Midgard. Classic Final Fantasy scene right there. It's incredible. A lot of detail on it. What they've done to simulate the rain coming down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, absolutely beautiful. one-of-a-kind painting showed off in the light there, as well as just out of it on camera for you. $25 minimum donation. Make sure to get your donations in during this upcoming Final Fantasy run, but make sure to especially get them in before Kuon later tonight.
Indeed, and congratulations again for meeting that incentive to get that run added to the marathon. We've been looking forward to seeing that one, so thank you so much for getting that in.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII, obviously a super important game for so many people.
Massively.
The remakes that have been coming out, incredible retellings of that same story with those same characters. Super excited. I actually haven't seen the Integrate run yet, so really excited to see what kind of shenanigans Yuffie gets up to in a speed run.
Awesome.
Anyway, for a $50 minimum donation, right, Shout? We've got a couple of great prizes that you can win. Again, from now until the end of Kuon, make sure to get a $50 singular donation in so you can be entered for prizes like this beautiful Silent Princess flower from Lalan from Lalan's Garden. Yeah, this looks like it's just a normal flower. It's not. That is made entirely out of silk and fabric. That is just absolutely incredible. Let me shift it a little bit here in the light so you can see. That's not a painting. That's not a print in a frame.
That is a flower.
Actual flower. It's so cool. Thank you so much, Lalan, for sending that out to us. As well as a meteor painting from Arlund. You can see a great picture of it over on the GDQ website. Head over to gamesdonequick.com. Click the link for prizes. It's up here in this general vicinity. You're going to see a great photo of not only it, but of all of the prizes that we have that you can win in the marathon. Prizes, of course, like our grand prizes. Shout, we got two great ones.
Two amazing grand prizes this event. Both of these grand prizes are a $250 cumulative donation. All of your donations throughout the week, we're going to add them together. If that number meets or exceeds $250, you will be entered to win both of these grand prizes. Now, first off, from Skytech Gaming, they have hooked us up once again with their Mark 9 gaming PC. This thing is a rocket ship. 5800 processor, 3070 Ti graphics card. I don't know where they found it, but they did, and it's in here, and you could have it. $250 cumulative donation gets you in to win that.
An absolutely incredible PC, as well as, of course, from our friends over at Heroic Records, specifically David Heroic Records, who's been making cool stuff for years. We have a trio of Zelda-themed prizes. We have the Dark Link Master Sword there you can see on the table. It's got the black hilt and pommel and the silver gem accents on it. We have a lovely Master Shield, as well as the new Megaton Hammer replica. You can see a great picture of that over at GamesDoneQuick.com. Check out the image album attached to that prize. You don't want to miss it. Super cool. Again, I've heard it weighs 30 pounds. I'm excited to try and lift it. I've been skipping arm day, Shout, and arm week and arm month, and
arm life.
I'm going to get back to the gym eventually, Shout, I promise.
You were going to need to put a machine gun on one of your arms after it falls off.
I might have to. Now, before we go, Shout, there is one more thing I wanted to talk about because it is kind of, an important opportunity that we have right now.
Absolutely.
So for the entire month here of January, Games Done Quick is going to be donating the revenue that we earn from subs and bits on our Twitch channel, minus what we need to take out to cover the taxes on that revenue, right back to the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
That's awesome.
That is incredible. So every time you see those hype trains rolling, that is effectively money that we will eventually be donating to charity. But wait, Chow, because it gets better, right?
What's that?
Because if you have Amazon Prime, right?
Uh-huh.
You got Prime Gaming.
It's true.
You have a free sub every month to a channel.
Almost certainly.
The sub still gives revenue to that channel.
Oh.
I'm going to let you put two and two together, but I'm just saying, Twitch chat, if you want to do your thing, it's going to a great cause eventually as well, as is all of the money that everyone has donated. We've already raised over $635,000 for charity.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday, Shout.
Yeah, no, I know.
I briefly had a moment when I woke up. Did I rip Van Winkle? Did I miss a day or something? This is an absolutely incredible pace. Thank you all so much for your amazing generosity, and please keep it coming. We have so many more amazing incentives you can put those donations towards. We have so many more amazing speed runs that you can all enjoy, and of course, we have so many more amazing prizes that you can win all throughout the week. Don't miss a minute of it. Don't go anywhere because you definitely don't want to miss Final Fantasy VII Integrate.
Now you've had the chance to recover mana now, right? Because I'm going to need that Verraise in just a second.
Sean, right. I'm doing my melee combo.
Dual cast. Come on, you got this.
This guy.
All right.
This show.
All right.
Sorry, I forgot.
さあ、というわけでセブンリメイクのユフィ編も間もなくでしょう。
It's time for more AGDQ 2022 online. I am the Crank Machine, here to be hosting the best part of GDQ yet. That is right, AGDQ just keeps getting better by the minute. As we ease into prime time, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade coming up, ran by the talented GenericallyNamed and DutchPotato. That is, of course, the bonus incentive that you all met with your hard work. Thank you so much for that. Blew that donation incentive out of the water. Following that is going to be Returnal, ran by the ever so talented Cave. Returnal, of course, one of my favorite games of all time. And you can look forward to that. It's going to be completely action-packed. This evening is full of excitement, and that much excitement requires a little bit of extra loading time. So while we bake some textures, go ahead and take a break and grab a snack, do whatever you need to do. Because once we're back, you are going to be glued to your seats. We'll be right back. Take it away.
セブンリメイクは、ハードとかだと、ニューゲーム、必然的にニューゲームプラスになるので、持ち込み、何でも持ち込みありになって結構面白いことになるんですけど、ノーマルの方は一から物を集めなきゃいけないので、どう立ち回っていくのか気になりますね。本当に何でも持っていける。持ち込まないとまともに戦えないかも。ただ、ハード全部終わった後にようやく取れるようなアイテムとかも使うので、結局ハード完全クリアしないとスタートラインに立てないっていう。いや、飛び入りの方が来たのかな。セーフィロスの曲が聞こえる。
We are back once more, and now for what everyone has been waiting for, the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade Run. Give it up for GenericallyNamed and DutchPotato.
さあ、画面が光りましたかね。
Hello. GenericallyNamed here. They're here for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade DLC Episode Intermission. And we're going to call that Yuffie% from now on.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long name otherwise.
Yes, and Dutch, would you like to introduce
bit of a
yourself?
Mouthful. So, hey, I'm DutchPotato. I'll be the other runner for your night tonight. And on commentary, we have Wody.
Hey, everybody.
And Steamed Hams.
Yep, and I'm Steamed Hams with cheese. Let's get this going.
And also, I brought back orange soda. I know chat wanted that.
さてさて、Viiの解説がいらっしゃったので紹介します。
He is here.
解説のOZATAKUさんです。よろしくお願いします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。再び参りました。
And I think we can just go if I'll get on the screen. You guys can just count us down.
ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードは、RTA 経験はないんですけれども、 あ、違った。そんなことは一応あるんで、ストーリー解説できましたら、なるべく、場面の展開とか、そういったものを、うろ覚えながらなんですけれども、頑張って解説していきます。他に詳しい解説者の方いましたら、ちょっと優先的にお譲りしたいと思います。始まりましたね。ごめんなさい。こっちの方画面が来てないので。
ちょっと待って。
Dance animation skip. So it looks like Dutch there got the animation skip, and Generically is attempting to do the same on his end. What it is, yep, looks like they got them both. What it is that
始まりましたね。最初ユーフィのアビリティの技を使って雑魚敵を倒していきますね。イニパスだったんで、データの初めから。データの初期化状態からスタートということで、インターグレードはユフィ編ということで、ユフィがメインのストーリーなんですけれども、最初ちょっとオリジナル版とは展開が違うので、新鮮味を感じられる方もいるんじゃないですかね。ユフィの技はかなり便利な技が多いんで、戦闘でなかなか役に立ちます。ちょっとアビリティ忘れちゃったんですけど、確かクラウドたちのアビリティよりも強いアビリティ技がたくさんあったと思います。盗賊にふさわしいアビリティですね。
だっけな、武器に属性を付与する。
そうですね。ユフィの武器に属性を乗せて、それで敵の目立っていくっていう。使い勝手がかなりいいです。敵に合わせて属性を選べるんで。
大体弱点はあれですね、決まってて、人型は炎、モンスターを超えて飛んでるやつが風で、機械が雷弱点。大体それで、
そうですね、大体そんな感じですね。
そうですね、合わせればいけますね。
battle against two wolves. Battle's going to go kind of quick.
はちょっと詳しくはわからないんですけれども、さすがに壁抜けはしないと思うんですよね。
壁抜けはしないけど、どうでしょうね。本編はクラウドが空飛んでたのでわからないですね。
今のところ普通に進んでるんで。忍者なので、忍者のその持ち味を生かして。
perfectly guarding so that the dog gets knocked back, fills up half their bar.
プレイ者の鉄骨を落として、
we figured it was the fastest way of doing it, and then we'll use the ninjutsu to
壁抜けないか。
And we don't use ice ninjutsu.
でここで襲われてると思わしき黒いコート、ローブに身を包んだ人物がいるんで、その人を助けます。この方は本編でも何度か見たことありますね。本編プレイしてる方でしたら、この人が何者かっていうのは大体把握できてると思います。早いですね。
Right now, we've actually got a bit of a run to the next part of the story happening here. So why don't we actually take a moment to maybe get some donations read while we got some time to talk about
一応ユフィ編トロコンはしたんですけれども、やっぱちょっとあまりもうだいぶ前のことなんで覚えてないですね。英語です。
What a crazy job, everyone! The runners are working hard to go fast. But we need you, the viewers, to keep feeding the greens to this amazing cause.
犬すごい強いですね。
I am a sucker for puns and keep those coming
なん
in.
でこういう作品の犬ってみんな強いんでしょうね。
Yep.
Yes.
All right. We got a $7 deしたね。Good luck to DutchPotato and GenericallyNamed. It's been incredible to watch
サブミッションとかの依頼で片付けに行く、中ボス扱いの犬がいるんですけども、白いやつとか、あれがとても強くてハードモードだと本当に死にまくりましたね。
レベル50で、やべえ、これ勝てねえ。なりました。やりました。
You don't need a PS5 like me and Dutch and the 12 other people.
犬の厄介なところはマウンティングしていく。確かなんか乗りかかってくるんでしたっけ？
乗りかかってくるし、 complicated mini games. 弱点が当たらないし。
What we're looking for there. Yeah, let's talk about for conduct. So what's going to happen here is as part of the story, this is where the game is making you kind of just get a bearing of what's happening in this world.
アーマーついてて。
mini games and stuff.
で、一撃のダメージも
You have
め
to
ち
talk
ゃ
to
く
these
て。
three people, and one of the people you
やばいん
talk
ですよ
to
ね。
やばいんですよね。
you have to play in the speed run.
やはりゲームの犬は最強。で、ここで、なんだっけな、アバランチの正統派の連中がいるんで、そこに潜り込みました。
バレットたちがいるのが分派扱いになってて、
バレットたちは分派の方ですね。
本編でもちょこっとだけ助けに来てくれたりとかした、本家の方のアバランチですね。
そうですね。さあ来ました。コンドルフォートです。このゲームめちゃくちゃ遊びました。すごい楽しいんですよ、このコンドルフォート。これはチュートリアルなんで、確かやり込み要素とかそういうの別にしなければ、これだけで多分済むと思います。
あれですね、原作のやつをもっとなんか遊びやすくしたような感じになって、
そうですね。
which is going to be used to protect the dog because one hit from the tower usually 50% downs the dog, but then it can survive long enough.
難しいんですよね。後半ちょっとレベル高いプレイなキャラクターと当たると出す速度が相手ものすごい速くて物量で押されて簡単に負けちゃうんですよね。後半のなんかレベル高いランクが高いキャラクターとコンドルフォートやると本当に物量で押されてあっという間に崩されちゃいます。結構難しい。
You shoot the fire quickly, so normally he will retaliate and blizzard one of your bases, but he didn't, so he actually saved his blizzard for my units. So my dog didn't get protected.
確かみんなに豆渡してそれ食わせたらめちゃくちゃ勝てって歯が痛いって言ってる人です。何豆だったかな。
Actually didn't even need to cure, so
ウータイ豆だった。
That is a big point of for Condor is the RNG because you can't really predict what they're going to do.
可愛いですね。個人的にこのメガネの子が俺一番好みです。
They won't cooperate.
あれですか。
Yeah, that's thankfully the biggest RNG
なんだろうね。FF7 リメイクのサブキャラクター、モブキャラクターがめちゃくちゃ可愛いキャラ多いんですよね。
ああ、それはわかる。
No, that is true.
絶対この見た目めちゃくちゃみんなハマると思う。
So great time for donations for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and I have plenty of them.
逮捕されちゃう。
So we have some anonymous love. We got $250 from anonymous, another $250 from anonymous.
ジャオ豆ってオリジナル版にも出てましたっけ？
$2,000 from anonymous.
なんか聞いた覚えがあるな。
出ました。亀おじさんです。
亀道楽のおじさん。
亀道楽のおじさん、チラシを集めてくれって頼まれるんですけれども、各地に散らばってるチラシを集めると、コンドルフォートのコマを変えたり、あと回復アイテム変えたりとか、まあいろいろくれるおじさんになってくれます。
原作のユフィのふるさとにでもあったやつ。
ああ、そうですね。あ、出ました。チャドリくんだっけ。はい、チ
ャドリー。
また、こんなところに出てきて VR シミュレーションやってみないかという話を持ちかけてきます。
We also have Matt Nicholson donating $277.77.
あ、来ました。名前誰だったかな。ソノンさん。ソノンさんだ。オリジナルキャラクター、ソノンさんですね。声優さんは、細谷さん。
Therefore, this goes towards Final Fantasy VIIR and those CT keychains. Thank you all so much for your generosity. I see these donations pouring in very, very quickly.
亀道楽の曲好き。チラシ撮った時の歌がいいんですよね。カメカメカメカメカメ道楽。あれいいんですよね。しかもすごいことにその BGM は PS5 のコントローラーからも出てくるんですよ。
なんだって。
びっくりしました。テレビ画面からじゃなくてコントローラーからも急に流れてきて、うおってびっくりしたんです。
Thank you so much.
そんなギミックがあるんですね。
Talking here, but it's a good time for you guys to explain how Sonen works.
Yeah, so Sonen
そうですね。そう、細谷さんですね。団長。止まるんじゃねえぞ。
But you can synergize with him, which will boost basically what it says. Will synergize the attacks, make him attack in
これ
tandem.
確か今やってるのは
upgraded ATB moves as well.
なんだっけな。確かこの人についていて。
Yeah, definitely. So one of the biggest changes between base game and integrate, and this also goes true for the main storyline.
その神羅の上の方に行く方法を今なんとか模索してて、その上に行く方法を今からちょっと下見しようっていう感じですよ、確か。で、時系列的にはクラウドが第5魔航路から落ちた後の話なんで、バレットとティファがその第5魔航路から帰ってくるシーンですね、先ほどが。
Manipulate what he can do. Because now the materia will not cost MP and it will not cost ATB, which is important because sometimes building ATB of Sonon can be a little challenging, though we've routed our best.
ユフィの次に一番人気あるキャラクターがこのメガネの子だと思います。普通に。デフォルメがすごい可愛いんで、人気高いと思いますよ。
And coming up here, a shop, quick shop material he likes to use in his route. But coming up here is probably one of the last kind of like early reset heavy points in this short run. And that's the Goons battle.
に上に行くためのパスポート的なやつを偽造する人がいるはずなんで、待ち合わせしてるはずなんですけれども、なんかチンピラがいるんで、この待ち合わせにの邪魔にならないようにチンピラぶっ倒していきます。ユフィの通常攻撃がもうとにかく強いのと、あと今これソノンと連携攻撃してるんですけれども、この2人でポンポンポンポン飛んでる技、これのループがすごい強いです。あっという間に倒せます。
So that worked out well for him, but looks like generically has actually been hit with one of these stonewall just didn't want to move for several attacks there, but he finally gripped him and is now pulling forward with the combo.
Yep. And you'll see them hop up and down. That's really the best way to build up the
この先に上に行くための乗車券というかパスポートをくれるおじさんがやってきます。ID カード受け取った後ですね。でまた黒ローブの人がなんか来るんで、それ無視して、そっから投げて当てられたらすごい。ここ壁壊して突破するんですけれども、三角ボタンあれでもどっちなんだろう、狙って。
When they're synergized, they use a move called Synergized Windstorm, and that will increase the stagger rate. You can get it up to 300.
ID カードを受け取ったので準備をしてから、
one windstorm
上のピザのところに向かいます。汚いピザのところに向かいます。
So yeah, I'm not actually sure what the max is.
Yeah, it's kind of overkill at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say in some of my early routes,
イベント飛ばしてますけど、イベント飛ばす方法が2つあって、三角になるしかスタートをしてイベントシーンをスキップってのやるんですけど、イベントシーンスキップスタートをして下をして回るからっていうのは、先行入力が効くので、すごい超高速でそれ入力すれば高速でスキップできるっていうワードを使ってます。
そうなんだ。
Where we have a bunch of mob battles to try to get through as fast as possible. And that's really the name of the game in this section.
Yeah. I also have a menu
この
coming
後
up here.
そうここで確か序盤に出会った
basically the rest of the run.
誰だっけな、名前忘れちゃったけど、とあるキャラクターが追いかけられちゃいます。信頼兵なので助けに行きます。
Different weapons you can choose from. There's only 3 per character in the game. One is your I guess you could say your balance weapon, one is your magic weapon,
マテリア調整ですね。非属性のマテリアとかもつけましたね。この先非属性弱点のモブが多いんで、そのために付け直したんだと思います。
big, like mutant dog
The
thing.
Wrath
Hound there.
That's definitely
風
a
か
big fight.
風
Wanna make
風
sure
火に弱いやつが
And
確
we
か多かっ
actually
た気が
don't
する
get the magic weapon, the
ここ
boomerang.
のこのクワガタトラウマ多い人多いんじゃないですかねやっぱ
Right.
トラウマある人多いんじゃないですかねこのクワガタは
In normal playthrough isn't needed in a speedrun.
クワガタ
Yeah, even with the
You-
difference in routes, Yuffie
列
does
車博
tend
は
to lean a
頭
little
が
more physical, especially with her windstorm ability, and windstorm tends to have more of a physical damage property to it, and so the magic weapon would lose some of that once you get the third weapon, which both runners will pick up
めちゃ
along
くち
the
ゃ硬いん
way
ですよ
once
ね
they get
で
there.
ここで神羅
But
兵
here we're chasing after for
が
story
出てくるんで
elements,
すけれ
a
ど
guy
も
who made us some
それを
fake
倒
tags
し
against
て
Shinra's
先に進みま
tower.
す
We see Dutch hitting that
ガ
lever.
ンタスがさすがに持ってないです
finding
ね
out who's gonna get what we call the
持ってたらぶっ
tutorial
壊れ
shame.
神々の黄昏あったら楽だろうな
まあ、あれですね、アイテムとしては最初からリミットゲージマックスで使っても徐々にリミットゲージが溜まるっていう、まあ、ぶっ壊れアイテムがあるんですけど、さすがにまあ、
さすがに
ないですね。
Oh,
ちなみに、ハードだと、バリバリ使えます。
そうですねハードモードだと本当にてか逆にそれを使わないと本当に大変なんで確かVR の報酬でしたっけ
そうですね、VR の完全制覇の報酬です。
小昔ハードモードの VR クリアしないと手に入らないっていうんだから
The butts have
もう
much more hurt box than the front.
本当に
So
ご
you should
褒美
want
み
to
たいな
throw
もんです
late,
よ
and I panicked and threw early.
まあ、やった後やることがない。本当に RTA ぐらいでしか使うことがないのが、たま気づかんなって感じです。
神々の黄昏あればハードモードのヘルハウス君もう楽々倒せるんでストレス憂さ晴らししたい人はぜひ使ってみてください。
Generically is on the conveyor belt, but on Dutch's side, we've got the Horn Cripshay battle. This is one of like kind of like a
来ました。中ボスですね。ここのクワガタ犬か。ここの犬が超絶硬い上にクワガタじゃないか犬か。この犬がすごい硬い上にバーストさせないと本当にダメージが通らないんで、でモブとかも召喚してくれるんで本当に大変なんですよここ。いかに敵をバーストさせてその間にダメージを叩き込めるかが、早く倒せるかの鍵なんで。
Grabbing the steel reaper on the way up, as well as the enemy dropped the Gozu drive, and I do apologize, I'm forgetting which one drops what. I think he dropped the Gozu drive, if I remember correctly, and the next one is Mezu.
バースト呼んでまだ入る梅原が画面端
Levercron.
Yes. And Steel Reaper has a great move called Banishment. Basically, Banishment will increase in strength.
画面中央なんだよ。
Action that you use. So if you use the Art of War, Windstorm, it boosts the
常に
damage of it.
画面中央ですから。
And it's used in a future battle.
Yeah, we're going to be talking plenty about banishment in an upcoming battle, but Dutch there did a menu to put on the Gozu
あ、
drive.
ここですね。通常プレイでもイライラするポイントです、ここは。この柵、通っていくんですけれども、ここはスイッチを切り替えて、柵を交互に、こういうふうにパカパカしていくんですけれども、これが遅い上に結構このポイントが多いんで、取り逃しアイテムとかあると、いちいち動かして戻んなくちゃいけないんで、結構めんどくさいんです、ここ。さあ、犬がいますね。出ました、白い犬です。効かない、効かない、全然効かない。全然減らない。全然減らない。そう、バーストさせました。バーストさせても全然減らない。で、ここでアビリティをふんだんに使っていきます。アビリティをどんどん使ってダメージを、大ダメージを与えていきます。強いですね。連携技強いですね。
Mini strength enemy called the Wrathhound there. That thing is a tank. It is.
連携技が本当に強いんで。
Before that thing goes down, so just some optimized battles.
ATB が溜まってる時に確実に仕込んでいきましょう。
Will allow us to sometimes stagger it or pressure it, and so it doesn't attack as much because that thing does hit hard. It will, sometimes jump on you, which wastes time because the AI Sonon doesn't do so much.
ソノンもなんですけど、身体能力やっぱウータイの身体能力は本当にすごい。あ、マウンティングされてる。
これはやり
今やり直しましたね。マンティングされるとやっぱり時間かかっちゃうからか。そうです。危ない。マンティングが本当に拘束時間長くて、多分ある程度とまあカットしちゃうんでしょうね。今みたいにカットというかやり直し。
犬はこれがあるんですよね。
そうですね。
If you played casually, there's a lot of like side paths you can take. There's an elemental materia over there in the middle. For instance, so there's just so much to explore. Even though this is a fairly short DLC, it's like 2 chapters long. I mean, casually, I think it takes like 5 hours anyway.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours.
And then
here is the
結構強いんで、連携を主に使っていく感じですね。そして確かここも中ボスみたいなやつがいたはず。いますね。こいつですね。もう一人の方もマンティングされてる。ここは、まあ、中ボスなんで戦わないといけないですね。ダチョウみたいなやつだったから。あ、クルリャックです。もうなかなか強いんで、まあなんとか蹴り飛ばしとかそういう系のを食らわないように。
おー、なんか逃げ
そして
ながら友に
誘導して今誘導して入り口付近まで行きましたね。
Yeah, a lot of movement optimization to get us in a good position to go through
あれ、
as
ソ
fast as
ノに
possible.
キャラチェンできないんですか？
Like I said, we try to
あ、
use
これソノにキャラチェンできないんですね。
ああ、そうなんだ。そう。本編だったら別のキャラに変えれば。
クラウドとバレットたちとユフィたちと違って完全にサポートキャラ扱いなんでキャラチェンできないんですよ。確かできなかったはず。そしてここはアイテムボーナスゾーンですね。木箱をたくさん倒して点数を稼ぎましょう。確かこれ木箱全部壊したり壊す数が多ければ多いほどなんかあったはず。
$7.77 donation from Swift Shadow, continuing
まあ
that
RTA 的にはここは休憩ゾーンもしくはイライラゾーンですね。遅いので。
あとは回し蹴りするユフィをお
ちょ
楽しみください。
っと左の画面の方ちょっと危ないですね。倒した。ここに戦うと本当にダチョウ強いんで。
They also have Hoxin donating $25, saying, first time donator here. I have to donate for the first time during the best game I've played in the past few years.
そんなシステムがあるのかみたいな、そんなゾーンです、ここ。後に出てくるのは。多分もう通り過ぎちゃったかもしれないんですけど。
Good luck, generically named, and DutchPotato. Let's go fast and help find a cure for cancer. Thank you so much, Hoxin.
そして今奥の方に見えてる黄色いでかいカゴの中に入ってるボックス、あれも全部壊せます。でかい箱壊すと確か回復薬とかなんかいろいろもらえたはず。あ、左の方が今やってますね。隙間を塗って木箱壊してます。スイッチを押して木箱がずらっと落ちています。
Thanks to early detection, she only needed minor surgery, and I'm sure we'll be able to declare her cancer-free.
確かここ通り過ぎると壊した数が確かリザルトで出てきたかな、確か。
All right, we got a $25 donation from Mintopia saying, "Great to see Yuffie percent."
あ、出ましたね。これです。
Good luck to generically
この
named
壊した数。
donation goes towards Wodi's choice of incentive.
All right. Thank you. I guess why don't we put it towards getting that bonus run of Returnal happening?
Yeah, very
Sounds
nice.
good.
Gotta help our boys in the PS5 community.
まあ逃げた方、新羅兵に追われて逃げた方。
But coming up here, this is actually a big battle and a lot to go over.
アビリティ調整してボタン配置の技の調整してます。あ、そうか、もうここあれか。追われた人を助け出してゴミ処理場入るところか。
In our efforts in the story, this is actually a wonderful cutscene. Sadly, won't get to see it here, so make sure you pick up your copy, play the game yourself. That happens here. But basically, we're going to be fighting a boss against a giant centipede. For some reason, Heidegger has a fascination with animals for all the robots he creates. You know, Scorpion, Crab Warden. And then in this battle, what's going to happen right away is Dutch is going to.
もうちょっとあんまりなんか覚えてない。あ、そっか、まだ助けてなかった。で、ここで、この先ボス出てきます。
Reason being is because if you pressure the boss super quick, it's going to not do this massive
初ボスですね。
tail swipe move, and that really hurts.
CM とか PV とかでよく出てきたボスが登場します。
And once the boss is pressured, it's really just a
もうあれかな、オリジナル版にいたやつかな。
いや、いなかった。あ、いたっけ？オリジナル原作の方。
Once it takes a certain amount of damage, it will start to crawl off the stage, but you have to wait for it because this game wants to be cinematic, which is fine. It's a wonderful cinematic game. It's nice to be able to see that.
バーストゲージを貯めて一気に体力減らしていきましょう。
As you see, Dutch there was able to do all the damage, hit the damage gate, so can't really hurt the boss anymore, but is now going to work.
尻尾をまず先に破壊しないとダメージが通らないんで、尻尾を破壊して頭にダメージを与えていきます。
Once the Giganopede gets off of the stage here, so he's just going to wail on him. He also used elemental ninjutsu for the lightning effect. So now his weapon has been infused with lightning. It's
そうだ、ここでユフィが
weak to lightning. Makes sense, right,
ロー
people?
ブ脱ぐんですね。
And from there, what's going to happen is in a moment here, Giganopede is going to be crawling on
スキップしちゃったんですけど、
as you see there, and so it's
まあ
still
先ほ
gonna
ど追い
just
かけ
kinda
ら
wail
れ
on
て
the
た
floor.
人たちと親鸞兵
Slightly,
を
which is handy.
一
So
掃
just
して
taking away at that HP little by little. But the goal is that once Centipede stops,
が出てきます。
it is going to release a
確か
bunch of drones.
登場時のなんかユフィの工場
Until these drones have been
いう
defeated.
シーン
Now,
があって、
thankfully, routers have found that if you throw
それがいい
the
んですよね。
shuriken and you time it just right, you can use a ranged windstorm, take all the drones out like Dutch did there, and now the Giganopede is now going to hop off of the wall, and what he's going to do is he's actually going to time it, so right as the Giganopede lands, he's going to use a synergized Art of War, which does massive damage, and it's going to force us into the final phase. Now, this whole time, he has been building up banishment. So every time you use an ATB action, banishment is going to grow in ticks. Once it reaches 6 ticks, you get banishment level 3, and it's infused with lightning. What that's going to allow him to do is going to do some massive lightning damage to Giganopede there, and that's going to help us push that final phase into the end of the battle by basically releasing that built-up power from the weapon. Don't blink and boom, boss explodes.
And it's gone.
あ、ここで大技アビリティ。
Yeah,
で、
so
一瞬で体力消
definitely
しました
see
ね。
how optimized we try to make this fight.
Yeah, despite it being somewhat of a
バースト状態にしておくと、一部のアビリティ使うと本当に体力半分ぐらい削れたりするんで、バーストモードにさせるのは本当に大事ですね。さあ、このおじさん、奥の方になんか、亀道楽のチラシなんか貼ってるやついたから、ちょっと見てきてくんないかって言われるんですけど、すぐです。今作、まあ、RTA やる上では、コンドルフォートも亀道楽のおじさんのチラシ集めも、まあしなくていいんで、そのままストーリー進めちゃいます。
And while Generically is finishing up his battle with the Giganopede here in the final phase, Dutch has actually entered Chapter 2, the final chapter of the DLC at this point. We are now in Shinra's facility. This takes place a little bit after Chapter 10.
さあ、新羅社員に、新羅ビルに入ります。ID カード持ってるんで、まあ、社員扱いとして、楽々潜入できるかなと思ったら、スカーレットおばさんにバレちゃいます。こんな社員がいるか。
でも、あれですよ。クラウドたちはなんか傭兵扱いで入れましたからね。
なんだこの違いは。まあ、エレベーターに入ったらスカーレットおばさん入ってきちゃったんで、まあ、見抜かれちゃったということで、ちょっと運が悪かったですね、ユフィたち。
We also have $25 from Jersey Man, saying Jersey Man here. Final Fantasy VII
本編では兵士を一人を椅子にして座ってたスカーレッ
ト。本編では語られなかったスカーレット戦ですね。スカーレットがロボに乗って直に戦いに来ます。まだこれ、周りのロボットが襲ってくる段階なんで、これを一掃した後にスカーレットとの戦闘が始まります。
Most of this chapter is running through the underground drum.
スイーパーがなかなか硬いんですよね。
Pretty much most of these enemies in this section are weak to lightning. So I saw their use of the lightning ninjutsu. The second fight here with the mono drives is real simple. Just got to do a windstorm and it will
マテリアを懐に隠すし、一応確かあったけど多分カットされちゃいます。
The third fight is a little bit more challenging. So we have
後の方にマテリアを盗む描写があるんですけど、まあ多分そこで見れるかな。RTA で見れるかどうかちょっとわかんないですけど。
まあイベントシーンは。
カットですね。
確か、でもマテリア取るシーンはイベントシーンじゃないんで、まあ不要であれば取りに行かないと思います。
So that we use to our advantage with the ranged windstorm ability because it's just such a massive amount of damage in a close vicinity and it's super handy for stuff like that. Plus the synergized abilities from Sonon can also help just add a little extra damage to finalize.
成功率がレベル上がりましたね。
And from there, Dutch is done with the data collection segment. So as Scarlet is taunting us, we get ourselves a little momentary break. As you see, he can break the boxes around the perimeter of this area if you want some items. This is part of the reason why, like, unless you've routed in, like, generically has the need to go to a shop, realistically, you never need to buy any items. You can get most of them from just breaking boxes. While it is mostly RNG, there are some items that are usually guaranteed from there. And so we'll
先に進めないと思いきやコンテナがぶら下がっていたので、そこは下にして、
And while we never find the ultimate material, we do grab
後半に手伝っても
a
らって
very
上
cool
に取
material
ります。
called the Ninja Cannonball, which we'll be
で、
grabbing
は
in
し
a
ご
little
をし
bit
て、その
after this next fight.
合流させます。
Ninja Cannonball is a new materia added to the Yuffie DLC. Because we can't really build ATB with Sonin by switching to him, Ninja Cannonball will allow them to perform a synergized move
ここは確かマテリア抽出の抽出機構だったはず。上にどんどん登っていきます。周りにマテリアのボックスがあるんですけど、まあ特にやり込むことなければマテリア回収せずに上に行っちゃっても大丈夫です。でこれ今電源がオフになってるんで飾ってあるマテリアは回収できない状態です。電源オンにすると各回の数個あるマテリアを回収できます。
I would love to squeeze this one in, saying,
必要なのがあれば取るかな。
マテリア取るんだ。これですね。マテリア。これかなマテリアを懐にしまうし。一応取るんですね。
なんかで使うんでしょうね。多分。
何のマテリアだったかも覚えてないな。
Just the way she plays, it just feels smooth. It shows a lot of great hope for what Remake Part 2 is going to have. And here on Dutch's side, we're also seeing the only battle we can actually flee from. So in the base game, we tend to flee from the, actually I've been told in chat it's the fastball special, so I apologize for incorrecting the name of the move there. From there, sorry, as I was saying, we flee the battle. We can't flee most battles as we do in the base game. But that's the one battle we can flee, and from here we get to meet a new enemy called the Armored Magic Trooper.
ガンダムみたいな敵が出てくるんですけども、その敵を倒して上に行きます。体力が減ると自爆して中身が出てきます。かなり強敵なんで、まあなるべく早めに倒したいですね。自爆ダメージがものすごい高いんで。あまり近づかないで戦うのがおすすめです。
in the story and speed run, and you could kill them before they basically blow up. But unfortunately, I guess the developers decided to add a level of difficulty. Plus, also, in case you go too fast. So now they actually have to inject out of their armored suit before you can actually finish them off now.
コメント欄曰くルーズソックスがまた入り出してるらしいとか。
Since you're kind of locked in a small room with two of them, and the explosion has a pretty wide radius.
Yep, and it causes
ここでマテリア調整ですね。
Even on the easier difficulties, they can still wipe out at least half your HP.
門番みたいな敵を、雑魚敵を倒して先に進んでいきます。で、ここなんですけれども、この先リフトがあって、選択をして、先に進んでいくっていう
So the general strat for this next fight is want to build up some ATB with the Ninja Cannonball, which we just equipped. And then hopefully burst fire the first Magic Trooper to get him out of the way.
Now, I didn't double check this.
マテリアを回収すると、
y'all use Kindred Cord, right?
機械の倉庫に包まれた敵兵が2人出るんで、それを倒します。
So Kindred Cord, I don't think we touched on just real fast. It's an accessory that we give the Sodon because what it does is it reduces ATB actions. Because it's not as effective in gaining ATB, can take a little bit. And so by using Kindred Cord, we're able to reduce how much gets used when we need to do our double attacks. Plus mixing with Ninja Cannonball and how much it gains back does offset.
アーマー兵を倒すと中からギアッチョが出てくるんで、それを倒します。
Yeah, for most of Chapter 1, First Strike is a materia that you start with more ATB, and for most of Chapter 1, we leave it on Sonon. Because we can't like easily get him the ATB, whereas you can just spam attacks with Yuffie to get her ATB.
忘れちゃった。
But after the centipede,
ロボ形態の時は雷で多分合ってると思います。
Since we have Ninja Cannonball, if Sonon's ATB is too low, we can thankfully just remedy that fairly quickly.
Yes, coming up here on Dutch's side, we have the weapons testing grounds facility. We've all got kind of our own names for this section. This is pretty much an on-rails section you can see here, where you have to basically pick a path and each path will lead you down a different set of battles. We have found that always going left. So you turn the NASCAR here. And so we're going to turn left and take all the left paths. Those are the quickest battles that we can fight. Along the way, first up we have multiple Mark II mono drives. These are a variant version of the regular mono drives. What makes them a little tricky is that usually within a few seconds until now, you can see here, one of them will put up a shield to make them immune to physical damage, and the other one is going to put up a shield to make themselves immune to magical damage.
こいつのエアロかなんかが弱点なんですけど、当たらないですよね。
この目みたいなやつはエアロが弱点です。逆にエアロを使わないとダメージ通らないですね。ここで、モブ、なんかテストみたいな感じ、付き合ってくれみたいな言われるんで、分岐のどっちか選びみたいな感じで敵を選んで倒していきます。でも多分早い方を選んでいくと思います。ある程度的には。
Yuffie, so it's a little handy. It's a one-time per battle thing.
カッタースイーパーですね。
But it's definitely helpful to kind of keep yourself up and
カッタースイーパーは、まあスイーパー系はとりあえず3
which was the next one because arguably the
cut is better than fighting
two blast rays. 残りを確か集中的に属性攻撃とか当てていけば簡単にバフするはず。
バースト状態にさせると弱点がより通りやすくなるんで、カッターの刃の部分を攻撃してバーストゲージを貯めると早いです。
And two of them is just not fun. Thankfully, we can get him into stagger fairly easily with Thunders, puts him in the pressure. And then a sync windstorm into Thunder to finish them off.
Yep.
あれモノアイだっけ
third battle we're coming up to here in Dutch's side
モノとかっていう名前だった気がするんですけど覚えてないです。
Regular mono drives. This battle is actually pretty free thanks to the increased power range of a non-ranged windstorm. You can basically take them all.
こいつらって意外と厄介なんですよね。おお瞬殺。
They're low HP, so they go down with one of those.
HP がそんなに高くないんで、多分範囲攻撃で。
今の赤いやつって一番弱いやつなんで、まあすぐに倒せましたね。
紫の方がちょっと厄介ですけど、赤いのはそんなに強くなかった。
Yeah, that's definitely a big difference. And there's a lot of
そうですね、左の方とやっぱ戦闘で苦戦されてるからか、やっぱ差が出てますね。
There's actually a surprising amount of variety.
そうですね、移動時間以外はもうやっぱあいつだ、こいつ嫌いなんですよ。
こいつモススラッシャーは本当にこいつはもうみんなのトラウマですね。
ギミックはまあ雷属性の攻撃を3回当てると、まあ、バースト状態になるだったかな。
おお瞬殺、さすが。
It's just variation, and you just have so
た
much.
だ、近づこうとすると、回っているノコギリが当たってダメージを受けてしまうので、ダメージをとにかく与えづらい。
そうですね。
An enemy from the OG game, but it's from outside of Midgar, called the Death Wheel. This enemy is actually very resistant to lightning, but weak to all the different elements. So you want to try. It seems counterproductive since it's a machine, but you want to try to
こ
avoid
れが
using
最
lightning
後の
with
分
this
岐点かな
battle.
The biggest thing is when he
原作に
gets
いた
pressured and he pulls up his shield. You want to
Yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah, so he'll put up a shield once he gets pressured. Don't kill
こ
him.
いつがもうなかなか結構
The
くせ
shield
者で
will pretty much block
とにかく
everything and knock back
スピーディー
characters
に引いてくるん
unphysical,
で
but
なかなか
thankfully
その姿を捉えるのが難しいんですけれども
Yeah,
簡
that's
単
pretty
に
much
倒
a
しました
perfect
ね。
fight. That fight is very inconsistent. He likes to run around a lot. Thankfully.
Yeah, Death Wheel's
Sync
movement
Windstorm
is
has a
very, very random.
Thankfully, Sync Windstorm has a
ユフ
very
ィが
big
ユフィ
AoE,
の
so
角度がちょっと
managed to
すごいなんか格好で
throughout two of
走っ
them.
てます
It's usually okay.
Oh man! All right.
すごい
so
格好でなんか
Dutch
上見て
side,
ます
we've got one of the bosses
首が
coming up here. There's
首がどうなってるんだろう
This is a big one. This is actually part of where Generically does his strat involving the Mizu drive, is because this battle is hard to not take damage in if you're using the Gozu drive, which is going to affect your damage output. Up next, we have a boss battle against Scarlet. Now, Scarlet, unfortunately, is not, well, just Scarlet. She's brought her robot buddy, the Crimson Mare, along for the ride. This battle is pretty, there's a lot going on in this battle. There's turrets
こ
on
れ
the
をちょっと見てるんですけ
side.
ど
Her robot
はい
itself, she has her own health
100% と
bar.
か
The
って
robot has a health bar.
17
There's
時
two
間
arms.
かかるんです
Phase
ね
2 have a health
17
bar.
時
Essentially what it's
100%
going to
何
boil
の
down
どっ
to
ち
is the goal is
イ
the
ンターグ
first
レードまあ
defeat
トロコン
Scarlet. You can't
ト
actually
ロコンです
defeat
ね
her. You have to
ト
take
ロ
down
コン
Crimson
か
Mare
ト
to
ロ
win
コン
the battle. So the
RTA
goal is to take
まあ
down
プラチナ
Scarlet,
ムっ
which
て
will
書いてあるんで
pressurize the
ま
Crimson Mare.
あ
トロコン
あれ17時間でやるんだ
RTA17 時間ですね
And then from there, he's going to basically damage Crimson Mare as much as possible, hitting the
マジ
damage
で
gain, getting close enough, or
だ
close
って
enough
あ
to
れ
push to
トロ
phase
コ
2.
ン
Because we want to damage the robot as
イン
much
ター
as
ミッションでな
possible.
く
Because if
そうですね
phase 2 goes
インター
on
グ
for
レー
too
ドの方
long, it
トロ
gets
コンの
インターグレードの方ですか
and it
ハー
is
ドで全チャプタ
a
ー
pretty
クリア
big
して
reset point as well, or even just a run loss point in the run if you
やばいで
can't
すね
manage what's going on.
ハードで全
Yeah,
チャ
in the
プタークリア
battle,
と
in this battle, in the speed run, you
VR
only
ミッ
want to
ション
see
全
the two
コンプ
phases here.
あります
Then
ね
the third phase, she will pop back up
すごい
and
な
grab a sword and shield, and then she
さあ
just
ここで
her damage
スカーレッ
output
ト
is
戦です
just
ね
absolutely insane. So
ロボ
you
に乗っ
want to try to avoid that at
マシン
all
に乗った ス
costs.
カーレットが
Yeah,
まあ
thankfully
襲ってく
phase
るの
two
で
is pretty scripted. She'll
バー
do
スト
two
のやつに
laser
倒します
blasts, and then she'll do kind of like a
V
short-handed
破壊しない
volley.
と
If you
中
move
央
fast
の
enough and only attack
まあコア
Scarlet,
の
you
方
can
というか
generally
本体の方
take
にダメージが入らない
down
ので
her and pressurize the Crimson Mare before the
V
end
破
of
壊を
that
どんどんしてい
volley
きます
attack. And then from there, you see we're going to use
あもう
Thunder
あっという間で
Banishment
すね
again to
終
basically
わりま
finish
した
off.
一瞬です
I
ね
didn't finish my sentence. That's just how fast these runners can be sometimes, and how quick some of these battles tend to be with their optimizations.
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry,
real quick, we'll jump
あ
right
れ
into
か
the
な
next
ダージ
battle
ョケロベルスをやって
because
たら
these
プライト
guys
が出てく
like
るかな
if you get
そ
too
うです
close
ね
to them, they like to
さあこ
disappear.
こから
Once they
ちょっ
disappear,
と
they'll
流れが変わる
reappear.
かなストー
They'll
リーの
shoot either fire-based attack or an ice attack, or just beat you with their
基準が犬になってるのが
and bound you. So you want to try to
犬
stay
強いも
as
ん
far away as possible from them, which Dutch did perfectly.
Yeah, even though technically one did teleport, but they teleported really early, so they
Yeah.
actually
タイムアウ
appeared.
トは多分
And thankfully
ラ
that
ス
windstorm
ボ
hit
ス
both
撃
those
破した
starting
瞬間
enemies.
かな
Yeah, so as you can see,
その後
the
ムービー入るんで
action
ちょ
has
っと
certainly ramped up. The battles are coming fast and
で今
furious.
ここ
So,
大量
now
の
we're
信
in
羅
a
兵が
virtual
詰め寄せてき
reality
て
similar to
部
the,
屋に逃げ込むんですけ
Chadley
ど
virtual
まあ
reality
VR の装置
battle
が作動して
sections.
しまって、
Except this
で仕方
time,
なく
the pain
やってる感じですね。
sensation
犬で
is
すね
at
また。
max, but it's not really gonna matter since
また
we're
犬
not
が出
taking
て
too
ます
much
ね。
damage.
Yeah, essentially Scarlet has trapped us in here by messing with the training
じゃないのか
system.
な
So now we're having to find a way to get
犬
out
に
of this
犬と
training
なんかカッ
simulator.
パ混ぜたようなやつだ
And
った気がする
when
確か。
Generically,
でも
he
こいつは
finishes up
結
the
構強かっ
Crimson
た気
Mare
がする
battle,
な
as。you can see, he's got no MP.
サハイ
This is
ン
where the
混ぜられ
Mizu
ると
drive is
きつい
going to
な
come in handy. He doesn't have to worry about as much with his HP going
あ
down from
兵
these
士はそう
side
でもな
hits,
いな
and that allows him to keep his damage at max.
兵士はね、ファイラかなんかで、
we are getting into
信頼兵はそんなに強くない。
projector battle. So this is like the boss battle of the project, basically the training sim.
あれが、プロジェクターですね。この VR。あれを壊せば、 あれを壊せば VR 空間のこれが解けます。こいつなんだっけな。なんかジェノバもどきだった気がするけど覚えてない。
So what we've routed into is a one-phase projector battle because the Synergized Windstorm and Synergized Art of War will do massive damage, generally allowing us to chunk down this boss, especially if you do the stagger gauge boost with Synergized Windstorm. Once practiced a few times, you can generally get one cycle every time. It can be a little tricky when you're first learning, but it's pretty simple after a bit.
And with here comes the great equalizer for Dutch, the final boss of the speedrun Nero.
そうするとなんと無残にもなぜか知らないけど無残に転がってる神羅兵の死体がありますね。もう空気の流れがだいぶ変わってちょっと不穏ですね。この先に行くとネロとの戦闘になります。ネロがものすごい強いです。正気を発生すると確か、ATB ゲージが減っていくかなんかだった気がします。体力が減るのか。二次アジア体力が減っていくだったかどうかちょっとよくわかんないんですけど、早めに倒すに越したことはないんで、バーストゲージを貯めて一気にダメージを与えていきます。
Unfortunately, Sonnen sort of dragged him away, and Sonnen can't actually stagger him, so I had to change up my attacks, and that gives him a chance to escape. Thankfully, he was at maxed out, so he only needed to do one good hit.
The bunny hop technique that I mentioned earlier has this weird arrow where they'll bounce off, and only one of them will be hitting, or sometimes none of them.
声優さんは確か
Makes this fight very consistent. This fight is generally either a complete disaster or perfect. Very rarely is there an in-between.
And here you get a little break. This is about a minute long. That's the other thing why this can take down your PBs pretty fast. This cutscene is a minute long, and if you die in Nero, phases is very dangerous. Depending on how much RNG works with you, or how much you've routed or optimized the battle. And so losing that minute, how short this run is, it's pretty rough. So that's why it's a big run loss point as well for run this short.
になったネロはとてもなく強いです。さあポンポン飛びでバーストゲージを貯めて一気にダメージを与えていきます。
Allowing him to stagger once again, because ideally we need to stagger Nero 3 times, because Yuffie's limit will basically guarantee us the win, assuming he doesn't dodge in the final phase. And here we enter phase 3 of the
どんどん闇が解放されていく。さあ闇のフィールドです。このフィールドになるとちょっと厄介なことになります。
We end up in critical HP. Nero is going to do a erosion attack that is basically instant death if you don't heal yourself out of critical fast enough. 場所を変えて戦います。 Dutch is moving pretty fast. We might be coming up on time pretty quick here, depending on how this phase goes. So he's got the pressure. Now can he get the stagger and get things going from there?
普通に戦うと本当に苦戦された方が多いんじゃないかなっていう戦闘ですね。
どんどんバスゲージ溜まってきますね。
That's alright. Should be fine.
Yeah, should be fine. Should be
fine.
めちゃくちゃ減ってるけどお構いなし。
Of course he did. Of course he did.
The infamous binding.
バースト入ったらもう終わりかな。
必殺技きました。もうこれで多分終わりです。
終わりですね。
終わりじゃない。
じゃない。もう一形態あるか。
もう一回あるのか。
Yeah, so the objective here is he's going to sprout wings in these final
形
phases.
態変化あると削りきれないですよね、このゲーム。
叩きました。この形態、このフィールドに続けると確か体力がものすごい減ってくる。なので早めに決着つけるか、体力を回復しながら、リジェネとかしながら叩かないとダメですね。で終わりました。
これで終わりですね。グッドゲーム。
More than gladly take that as a marathon.
ネロ撃破の瞬間でタイマーストップですね。
I noticed
ネロにとどめを。
His first phase, he got the pinion pistols, some pretty bad RNG.
かっこいいんですよ。
I dropped pressure because I was trying to like squeeze in something to catch up, and then I just had to really take phase 1 weirdly.
All right, getting through phase 2 pretty good.
でもここで倒しちゃうと ダージョー系ルールがなくなっちゃうんです。
Dutch does it, but I just do a blind art of synergy, art of war right here.
Oh, I'm not brave enough for that. No way.
Yeah, I was actually gonna mention this. Yeah, what Generic is gonna do here is
ネタバレ防止のために多分スキップしましたね。
YOLO synergy move here. So ideally, what tends to
あ
happen
あ、禁止区間入りましたね。
Nero will a lot of times like work from above and below. And so what Generically does, and I actually do it myself.
ユフィ編も全部禁止区間じゃないんですけど、この後の言えないんですけれども、この後におーってなるような場面があるんで、見たい方はぜひ PS5 を買って、PS5 買ってソフトを買うか、もしくはエピック版を買って、エピック版のインターグレードを買って遊んでみてください。ユフィ編、なんでユフィだけしかいなかったのかっていう理由は、自分の目で確かめてみて、ちょっとああみたいな感じになります。
プレステ5を買わないといけないですね。
あ、でもエピック版で遊べるんで PC 版持ってる方、PC 持ってる方はぜひエピック版買って遊んでみてください。
Yeah. And
it's done.
All right, so we've got time coming
ユ
up
フィ
here.
編は本当に、
And
there it
time.
is.
まあ、そこまでちょっと多く言えないんですけれども、このネロの戦闘の後、ソノンがすごいフラグ立てまくって、もうその後はもう、まあ皆さん予想つきますよね。
And just want to say thank you GDQ for having us all and having Final Fantasy VII Remake showcased here.
もう言えないんですけど、自分の目で確かめてみてください。
PC now, there's even a load remover, I think, done. So like you can jump in and do.
一言で言うと、止まるんじゃねえぞって感じです。
止まるんじゃねえぞ。
本当にそんな感じです。
Tons of people they're willing to help, especially with new runners. So
インタ
come on by,
ーグレード
say hi, hang out. We're all good people.
終わりですね。GG でした。
Yep, it's been a blast. Thank you all so much. Wonderful time. Yuffie run. We've got the base game run. So much to happen here. We've got glitches in the
面
works.
白い、インターグレード遊ぶだけでもかなり面白いんで、ぜひ買って遊んでみてください。
Who knows what we could find.
やり込み要素もかなりありますんで。
僕はユフィ編じゃなければトロコンしてるんで。
あ、でもユフィ編やった後に、実はクラウドの方にも追加要素がありまして、トロコンしたつもりがあれなんか埋まってないなと思ったら、実際にその確認してみてください。やばいやつが追加されてます。
やばいやつ。
やばいやつがされてます。
Have fun. Good luck to all the runners.
ジョージが出てきます。ジョージが。ジョージがまあ、声優の人なんですけど、ジョージが本編に追加されます。VR の方なんですけどね。
あれですね。あいつが出てくる。
Congratulations once again to GenericallyNamed and DutchPotato. What an incredible run! As we ease off the adrenaline rush that was the Final
ビリでほどたくさんありがとうございました。
あまりちょっと、ある程度その知識とかなかったんですけど、まあそんなにまあ本編遊んでる感じと変わらなかったんで、解説しやすかったです。
Final Fantasy VII, which inspired me.
滑り込みでしたけど。ありがとうございます。すみません。
ありがとうございました。
皆さんイベント楽しんでください。お疲れ様でした。
はい、お疲れ様でした。
We also have a $50 donation from Arakuna, who says,
というわけで、ボーナスゲームのファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードのインターミッションでした。それでは、次のゲーム準備いたします。お待ちください。
We have a $50 donation from Moonin, who says, Spaceman just wants a hug. And I have to shill this incentive so much. Returnal new bonus, new game plus run is so close to being met. That run is $20,642.50 out of $25,000. We are so close to being there, but not that much time left. So please get those donations in. You do not want to miss out on it. It goes by so quickly and it is full of excitement from beginning to end. Please get your donations in for that. So now, quick word from our sponsors. All right, that's right. We get to talk about Fangamer, one of the greatest video game merchandise companies out there. They have incredibly high quality and very durable stuff, and it's incredibly cozy and warm. I have to say, I bought a GDQ blanket from them not too long ago, and I cannot stop using it. Like seriously, I'm using it right now. I've used it every single day since I've gotten it. I do not regret that purchase at all. If you all feel like adding a little bit of GDQ merchandise to your carts as well, please do so, because all of those sales do in fact benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. For all of you international viewers out there, do not fret, do not feel jealous, because they have branches in Japan and Europe as well to make sure that they can ship worldwide as needed. If you don't have their store open yet, please do so right now at fangamer.com/GDQ.